A night was colder than usual when Ethan Reed, one of the city's most powerful CEOs, rushed into the emergency room his tailored suit was soaked from. The rain, his expression sharp and impatient as he demanded updates on his company's injured employee, but as his eyes scanned the busy ER, he froze there, sitting in a corner under the harsh fluorescent lights. Was a woman he never thought he'd see again, Clara, his ex-wife. 5 years had passed since their bitter divorce, yet in that single moment, every suppressed memory came flooding back, the laughter, the arguments, and the silence that eventually tore them apart. Clara looked exhausted, her hair pulled back carelessly, her clothes wet from the rain. Beside her sat a small boy no older than 4, clutching her hand and staring curiously at the ground. Ethan's heart skipped a beat when the boy looked up. The child's hazel eyes, the same color as his own, made his breath catch in his throat. He looked like a smaller version of Ethan. Same dimples, same little frown when he was confused. Clara, Ethan finally whispered, disbelief cutting through the noise. Around them, Clara stiffened. She turned slowly, her lips parting in shock. Ethan, the silence between them was heavier than words. The years hadn't been kind to either of them. Ethan's face was harder, colder. Clara's eyes had lost their old spark, replaced with weariness. The boy tugged her sleeve gently. Mommy, who is that man? Ethan's chest tightened. Mommy, before Clara could respond. A nurse came running out, calling Ethan's name. He tore his gaze away, following her to check on his injured employee. But no matter how hard he tried to focus, the image of Clara and the boy haunted him. When he returned, they were gone. The next morning, Ethan couldn't shake it off. He called one of his assistants to discreetly check hospital records, something deep in his gut telling him he needed to know the truth. Hours later, a file landed on his desk. Clara Hartman, single mother, freelance designer, and her son, Leo Hartman, aged 4. No father listed on the birth certificate. Ethan's hands trembled as he closed the file. The timeline, it matched perfectly. He picked up his phone, dialed a number he hadn't used in years, and waited when Clara's voice came through, calm but guarded. His throat tightened. We need to talk, he said softly. There was a long pause. It's not a good idea. Ethan, I saw him. Clara, is he mine? Another silence. He could almost hear her tears before she whispered, you lost that right when you walked away. 5 years earlier, their marriage had been a battlefield. Ethan was consumed by work, building his empire, chasing success. Clara had begged for time, attention, love, but he was too busy climbing higher, too blind to see she was slipping away. The night she left, she'd been standing in their kitchen, suitcase by her side. You'll regret this someday, she'd said softly, and he did every single day since. Ethan couldn't let it go. This time, the next weekend, he drove to the small art fair Clara had mentioned years ago she volunteered at. When he arrived, he spotted her laughing with other parents, while Leo ran around, holding a paintbrush covered in blue. The boy's laughter was pure, bright, and painfully familiar. Ethan felt something inside him crack when Clara noticed him. Her smile faded. You shouldn't be here, she said firmly, walking toward him. I just want to see him, Ethan replied, his voice breaking. Clara, no, I failed you. I was selfish, and I hate myself for it. But if he's my son, please, don't shut me out. Clara looked torn. Her eyes glistened. He's not just your son, Ethan. He's my whole world, and I raised him alone because you didn't have time for a family. I didn't know, Clara. Ethan pleaded. You never told me. I tried, she whispered, but you were too busy to listen. Her words hit him like a blow. He remembered the day she'd tried to reach him. He'd been in the middle of a meeting, dismissing her call without thinking twice. He had no idea she was trying to tell him she was pregnant for the first time in years. Ethan's confident facade crumbled. I can't change the past, but I want to make things right. Let me be part of his life. Clara hesitated. Her heart was at war with her pain. Weeks passed before she allowed him to visit. The first time Ethan met Leo properly, he brought a small wooden plane, the kind his own father used to make. Leo's eyes lit up. You know how to build planes? He asked. Ethan smiled. I used to dream of flying them. From then on, small moments turned into long afternoons. Leo began to warm up to him, not knowing yet who he really was. Ethan didn't push. He simply showed up, something he had failed to do before. Clara watched quietly from the background, seeing the man she once loved slowly return, not as a CEO, but as a father trying to heal. One evening as they sat in the park, Leo climbed onto Ethan's lap. Mom says you used to be her best friend. the boy said. Ethan's voice broke as he replied. She was the best thing that ever happened to me when Leo ran off to play. Clara sat beside him, the sun dipped low, painting the sky gold. He knows, she said softly. He figured it out. Ethan swallowed hard, and he asked if you'd stay. Tears filled Ethan's eyes. I will, no matter what. Months later, Leo was running around their new house, a cozy place near the beach where laughter finally replaced the silence. Clara stood at the doorway, watching father and son build another toy plane together. Ethan looked up at her, his eyes warm for the first time in years. Thank you for giving me another chance. Clara smiled faintly. You didn't just earn a second chance, Ethan. You became the man we both needed. He took her hand gently, hope flickering between them once more.